Alright, so we're on 10:13. Good. Okay, so at least I've unpacked things correctly and the game has loaded it correctly. So, let's look at the replay. That was it? Wow. Okay. So I was expecting a lot more than that. I mean, he's got an opportunity to keep pushing here, so it is kind of surprising. So I don't really need to put it in the log, I guess. I think I will though, just so I don't have to keep watching it over and over again, just to put it back on the screen if that becomes necessary. Lots of units being wiped out here. Just nothing we can do. Nothing we can do. I think the these are up next. I don't have any place I can move them. I can start moving them back, but how's that going to help them? It's not going to help them live any longer. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. I mean, there's no place for them to go, really. The only thing I could do is deploy some smoke in front of them, I guess. I've considered that. But, it doesn't... that won't last forever. I mean, all I need to do is move through the smoke and fire at me anyway, so... I don't know. I really don't know if there's any way to save these guys. Maybe there is, but my experience is not sufficient to figure it out at the moment. Any hints would be appreciated. I don't get very many of those, though. I think there's a lack of, I think the players who might give me suggestions are probably don't really watch any of the YouTube stuff or on the air at all. So, and of course, the one player who might give me suggestions is my opponent. he can't really do that. So yeah, and maybe it's just a lack of not wanting to. The thing is, I have the same problems. Like I don't really I don't like giving advice to other players because I know I'm not very good, and so you have to be really confident that your own skills are good enough to be able to say this. Yeah, this is what you can do. Anyway, so let's just examine the formation leaders and see if there's any suppression there. Yes, there is. Let's rally him. He rallied, but he's still pinned. Well, now, this is a giveaway here, so he's definitely would have rearranged whatever was in here. Yeah, and while I could have dropped artillery on some of the units I'd seen, it's very hard to guarantee they'd be in that position, right? Is unless you've pinned them and know that they won't. Like, unless you pin them very heavily, the chances are. No, there's no guarantee that you're actually going to hit it, which is then just a waste of ammo in a situation where you don't really have that much. Anyway, so moving on. Okay, should I rally him? He's pinned. If he could move up to the slope, that would probably keep him alive a little bit longer, because at least that's some cover better than being out in the open. side. Don't really know what they can do. He's retreating. He's now in the open. He could move over here. His morale and experience. Oh, fucking hell. Experience is 59. Morale is okay. Experience is 59. Okay, so even if he rallies, I'm pretty sure both of those numbers play a factor into whether they will rally. May even, as a command unit, it may even infantry command is 80. Okay, well maybe that could play into it too. He is retreating, which means he will run back. But what I'd like to do is get him into a position on this side. Okay, well, we're gonna try to rally him, get him back into the gully, perhaps. Because right now, things I'm not sure he will be. I don't think that position will get him out of line of sight of that. Besides, he is in gully as well, so we're not really gonna gain any advantage from that. To rally him or not, I think I'll leave it. Let's move on. This person is 10, he's pinned. I might as well try to move him. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. I think he may be better off pinned. It's harder to hit him. The chances of hitting him are much lower. So I think he's probably better off pinned, but I don't hold much chance of him surviving. Where's he gonna go? If I rally him and he can move, and I can move him, where's the hell is he gonna go? So I think I'm better off just leaving it. Now we'll make that decision later. Enemy scene 2. Scene 1. Okay, he's now moving out in the open over the side. He's got to have realized by now the Kubelwagen MG's machine gun is kaput, so that's because it's not opportunity fired, right? Should have gotten pretty damn obvious by now. Okay, let's check everybody and see. If anybody else needs to be rallied, probably. It's a surprisingly little bit amount of combat in that turn. Not sure if I should be worried or not. Case of no news is good news in a battle that may not be true. I rallied him once already, so let's just leave it for now. He needs to be rallied because I need him. Even though this is it. I mean, I've got two reasonably combat with these sections here. I should try to keep them into it. Keep them in the action, even though from a platoon point of view, it's a total wreck. Alright, let's see how you rallied. And no combat friction, that's fucking awesome, actually. But I don't know what I can do here. That's really the problem. I can't move forward because I'm assuming there's units here and he's outnumbered. I can't move into this hex because I'm outnumbered. So it's really relying on another attack from some other direction, which is going to result in even more casualties. So I don't know. That's all I can say. I don't know. We'll figure it out I always do. I always figure out something, and even if it's the wrong thing, at least I figured out something, right? I mean, they have to figure out something. That's it. Well, you can always do nothing. That's also something, in a negative way. These guys are actually in good shape. One enemy seen from there. That's not a good sign. I'm actually going to zoom out and have a look at that. How is he able to see one enemy from there? Okay, well, no, let's not do that. Let's not examine that now. Make a mental note, which I will probably promptly forget. I have a memory like a leaky bucket. Leaky bucket? Scene one. Okay, so must be somebody on top of the hill for him to be able to see it. Yeah, okay. He's just getting a good look at what's over here, so why are we able to see somebody from there? Okay, that's very scary. Let's see one. Oh, it's got maybe on the outside of the map. Yeah, okay. But if he's far away, he might not see me. He might not. It's not always easy to see things, even though visibility is 25. If they're not moving very fast, you know, if they're 20 x's away, you might not see them if they were moving 1 or 2 x's per turn. Some of those guys were not moving very fast, so maybe I got away with it. Maybe I didn't. I probably didn't actually. So that's how things go. So yeah, suppression is good so far. Now, I wish I could just. Okay, this guy is now really not in a good shape to fight anymore. He's taken 50%. He can fight. I mean, he has I'm using my own general rule of 4, and then that's it. They gotta be taken out, and I've broken that rule more than once in this battle, which has resulted in a total loss of that section. So I think it should be if I'm gonna make that a rule, it has to be a hard rule. It cannot be. I can't. It's not worthwhile breaking it. Basically, he's at the limit. He's at the absolute limit. Now, he could move in there, but I don't think he's going to get away with that. Simply because... Well, I don't need to rally him yet. We'll see. Okay, okay, he still has that as a target. Okay, that guy's not moved. So he's waiting for me to fire, so he'll get a better shot at me. I'll look around with him in a minute. These guys are in trouble. Fucking hell. Range is set low, so they have an opportunity to fight at anything. Chances are they haven't been spotted yet. They also now have cover, which is actually going to make them really difficult to hit from range, but if they're moving closer, that goes away. If they get within 3 hexes, then all bets are off. I mean, that's close enough that you're gonna get hits no matter what. The cover will help. The cover will reduce casualties, but I mean, there's only 2-man squads. It's not gonna take much. I couldn't decide on him, so we're gonna leave it. These guys are slightly suppressed, not surprising. He's slightly suppressed, not surprising, considering he's somewhat castrated at the moment. Having lost his machine gun. Get my meaning. So, let's zoom out. Now, these guys are probably spotting him over here. Right. Can the machine gun see him? Yes, he can. So that's a good start. Can he see him? No, he cannot. Lost sight of these guys here. I'm not sure. Yeah, they must have stopped. Yeah, they must have stopped moving. They have moved across here. Because there's a change in elevation here across through this area, so they can't move between these two hills without my seeing them. So I'm guessing they're still here. They're just standing still. I don't have anybody who has them as a target, so which I should have set. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. If I was already any good at this game, I would have thought of that, but no. That's something that comes with experience, I guess. Now, I do have this one as a target, so the anti-tank rifle team is still here, 21% chance of hitting him. You don't see one enemy from... You can only see one enemy. Now, that's not bad. That's not a bad thing. I think, though, if I move him into the gully, he will actually be visible to them. Does he? Yeah, but this is the guy who doesn't have a fucking LMG anymore, so that's not gonna help. Fucking hell. My luck is just not working out in this battle. And yes, and unfortunately I do rely on luck quite a lot, so... when luck goes away, yeah, well, I got nothing to back it up with. Maybe it'll help out with that, though. I mean, that is... I think you can still target that. Yes, it's 7 hexes. Not really ideal rifle range. I do know that these guys don't have... Actually, that is the limit of their range. However, he is... yeah, he's got suppression. If I'm gonna do that, then I do need to get him. I don't know. We'll think about it, but that's sort of maybe the possibility is attacking there. These guys could move back. I mean, we're now at a distance from them, but for them to survive that move across this open ground, they'd have to do it very slowly. And we're heavily outnumbered here. Heavily outnumbered. So... And I don't know what that would achieve, because we've got an entire... well, like more than one platoon of cavalry still active in this area. I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg there. I did a lot of damage to them. Actually, maybe more than one platoon. I mean, I think there was 4 units, including the formation leader, the platoon leader, which was not a separate platoon leader, so he's probably not using it that way, considering, playing with command and control. From numbers, I think it could be 2 platoons or maybe 3 partial ones. I've done quite a lot of damage to the cavalry, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Now they have short range. They are short range. So they only have range of 7 hexes, so they're gonna have to come in really close. And he cannot stay there. That is for sure. He has to move. There's no way out. Now we have a situation here where we could actually fire some of these with our remaining mortar ammo using direct fire, because that would be actually quite deadly. Yeah, some of these only have, like, it's got 3. I think this one has 2. Well, this is how little ammo the reduced ammo setting gave me this time. Some of these only had two full salvos, which is about 10 shots. So it's been painful. I haven't really had much to throw at the enemy in terms of artillery. Oh well, I don't have the, like say when the luck runs out, I don't have the skill to back it up. So now I don't know what we're gonna do here because this is now getting really tricky. Let's zoom in because there's no point looking this really far away. The visibility is so short anyway. Now he ran away. No, that was not him. Something ran away here. Let's see. It's how easy it is to destroy small units. I think they only have two. It's only a two-man squad, the Panzerjäger, so. Okay, we did fire at it. 13 hexes. Okay, this is the one that was in the north. Okay, so that's what I was looking for. It was fired at cavalry 13 hexes. So let's try and figure out where that is. He must have fired. Okay, he must have fired. Yeah, okay, he fired at him already. He's ready. When he fired at him once. How fast is he moving? Okay, he's not moving. Okay, so he must not be moving very fast when I fired at him. Okay, that is interesting. I don't see how you could have gotten here without moving very fast. He hasn't taken those yet. I don't know why not. He's probably checking to see if there's mines in it. My opponent gives me far more credit than I deserve sometimes. But once he figures out I don't know, everything's fine. He goes all out, and then that's it. I can't do anything about it. Now I was looking around here. So there's a Jaeger leader that pulled back, making smoke, which is now bad because we can't see where he is, and he's made smoke, which is bad, so we can't see anything. Smoke being that impenetrable wall that it is in real life. Oh well. I'm not sure how you do actually make it work well. I mean, to make smoke realistic in a game probably would require 3D, I think. Maybe. But even that would be tricky. It's hard to simulate smoke in a inexpensive way in terms of CPU and graphics processing, so yeah, it's easy to do if he's gonna do ray trace rendering or something, but it's very expensive. You can't do that in the game usually. They're trying, but I don't think it's working too well. Well, I think on Windows it probably works a little better. Linux, not so much. But we won't dwell on that, I think. So the question is, these guys are probably going to need to move forward here. What do we have in terms of cover? I can't cover this. Okay, what would be how to move up through here? trying to approach it so that, yeah, this smoke is will help because I can't see through. Okay, I can see into that smoke, but I can't see past it, so they will not be able to see past it either. So a unit in here would be able to see out. So in theory, he could move through there. Scout can see there. Okay, wait a minute, let's clear the smoke and stuff. And let's look at it this way. Yeah, this is much better. We can see into that hex. Unfortunately, because of the smoke, there could be somebody there and we still wouldn't see him. We can see into that hex. He has a better chance of spotting it, but depends on experience, which is actually pretty good. So I'm gonna say there's nobody there. Now we have that is clear, obviously, because he's adjacent, but we don't know that is clear, and there's really no point in. There could be a horde of them up here. I mean, there was infantry up here. There was one infantry squad. The risk here is exposing the flank, right? So I can't really just push forward as if there's nothing, there's as if there's nothing to be worried about. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move him this way. I need to bring him back into a position where he can support this one. Because I need to take since I'm here, I might as well try to figure out how to take another victory hex. I don't know. I'm guessing there's no mines in this one. There's no mines in this one at the last check. Because I was able to move in there and nothing happened. However, that does not mean there's absolutely no mines in it. It's entirely possible for a small unit to move through a minefield and not actually hit anything. So now I'm relying on their ability. Like they should fuck off. They should. That's why recon is that's why they're worth the extra points, because they're good at spotting. Now the game did make spotting minefields a lot more difficult, I think, in 8.4. So simply because they changed how spotting works completely, making it more realistic, but also more of a pain in the ass. Keeping in mind, there's a lot of smoke around here. That's something I have to be wary of. Now, we haven't seen anybody there. He's actually quite suppressed, though, so I might want to rally him and then look around again. Yeah, okay, let's do that. And the sergeant rallied again, yeah. Alright, nothing obvious. Yeah, now there was a unit here, but without... And I'm suspecting there's a unit here now. So, if I'm going to move him up this way, he's going to end up there. If I move him there, then he has the same problem that he could be... Okay, I know there's nobody there at the moment, so he could move into that one, but it's going to take 2 turns to get him into the correct position, right? Fuck. Alright, well, let's move on. Look around it. Look around in other areas. Let's put all the smoke back. I think. Might remove it on this. I have to remove it again. Stick around with him. I think he's seeing the enemy unit all the way across the other side of the map. Yep. Okay, so this guy's doing a good job of spotting things over here. He's now pretty much has line of sight into this entire area. This height 1 is not helping me. So we need to get rid of him. But it's not going to help. Now yes, this is where the retreat system in the game becomes really awkward. So he's over here. If I fire at him and get him to and get him to pull back, he will actually retreat this way. So what will happen is he's actually going to get my forcing him back will actually sandwich my own units, right? It's very awkward, but you know that's my own fault really, because I've left these guys out, you know, I hung them out to dry really, because I have no idea what to do with them. Okay, so let's zoom back in. So that's the one unit we can see. Nothing else has changed because we can't see anything this way. Now I have no idea what's going on over here. The only way I'm going to find out is to put a scout in. Put a scout in the position where he's probably going to get shot. Yeah, my more experienced opponents are walking all over me in this one. There's nothing I can do about it. Just I've run out. I've run out. I ran out a long time ago on this battle. I have no idea how to get anything. I think I can maybe get one more victory hex. It might be enough time, but it's going to be a slow process, and there's more than enough time for him to have laid more mines and things. He may even have laid mines in here now, even if there weren't any, because he would be able to position them here, right? So moving in there again would actually be more hazardous than it was, because that's the thing, you can do that. You can actually lay mines. Now, because I can't see into that hex, so he can actually lay mines by positioning a unit in there, and then pointing it in this direction, and he will lay mines in front of it, even though that position, that hex, is exposed to the enemy. So I don't. It's really quite weird that you can get away with that, but somehow, yeah. Well, you know, the design flaws. I mean, really, that's really what it comes down to. SSI couldn't. They didn't think of everything, and it probably wasn't enough testing for that to come up as an issue. That's usually how that works. I don't know. So let's back to this side. I don't know. There's a possibility of moving forward here. He hasn't attacked in this area again, so he must be waiting for something else to happen, or some other units to move around to try and get into a better position. So let's just put the smoke back. Now I think this is probably where I'll start. So if he's going to move this way, I think I don't know. I can't put him. I can't put him anywhere. Can't move anything into this hex because it's covered from that side. And putting smoke there won't really help. What a tactical conundrum. Because it's looking like I may need to move him around, actually. Around this hex. Then have both of them move up, but there's not enough time to do that. There's not enough time to do that. I can't tell if there's anything down here. He hasn't seen anything in a while. Let's look around. Okay, something shows up, but if there's anything there, it's not big. There's no armor down here, so we would have seen it. let's see, we have a clear line of sight now down all the way down to the end of that. Chances are the chance of him being spotted now are very low, because he's now like one guy, right? And he hasn't moved in a long time. If he digs in, then chance of him being spotted all like pretty much zero actually. So I'm gonna leave him there because he has line of sight down that side. So in theory, something could move around that side. Because I don't see how I can move across here and then get attacked from that one, which is completely not the point. I need to have something that can move up on both sides in this area while this platoon moves in that way. So the only thing I can do, I think, is to move him around behind to there, and maybe in this turn, and in the next turn move him across, because that's 1x of movement. If he makes it, and move him to here. Now that's risky because but we're already on turn 15. Yeah, so we're by that point. So this is turn 13, and then we're on turn 14, and then I need 2 units to be able to move into these trees. It's like, right, this guy's in a really precarious position. He's in the open. I'm not sure if shell holes are actually providing him cover now. It might. Oops. Whoops. Yeah, let's just open up the field manual with this. Sure. Okay. Terrain defense. That's annoying because it's not even mentioned. Trenches give very good. Shell holes should actually increase cover in a hex. It's not mentioned. It's something I'm going to ask about because in theory it should. It's just there's more places where they could hide, right? So or duck down. So in theory that should be better cover than being in mixed. In theory, but who knows whether they actually designed that in or not. One way to find out is if I ask somebody. So he's gonna move that. I'm gonna do that. What the hell with it? I need something. I need a plan, and that's good enough for now. Who knows where it'll go? So these guys, I think they could move across here. That's a little bit safer than moving onto the road. Although the road and mixed are the same amount of cover. How that works out, I don't know. I have no idea. One would think the road would be much worse than mixed, but it's not. It's poor that the cover is rated as poor, so it's. I guess that's as bad as it gets, because the only thing that's worse than poor is in the very poor and very poor category is in very poor category you have stone bridges, which is kind of odd. Mud, swamp, and mush. Don't really want to be caught in that. And very poor is cliffs. So there are two categories worse than that. I guess they didn't want to put road in any of the worst categories, so they got lumped in as the most common worst category. Because poor is the most common category. There's more stuff in it than anything else. So He could, if he moves here, he's actually in the same, has the same amount of cover as he has now. Difference is, it doesn't really gain me anything. Cause I know there's nothing in that one. In theory, I noticed I had to put a disclaimer in there because, yeah, even though we're 2x's away, because of all that smoke, there could be something in there and we just can't see it. So it's very risky to move up. So what I might do, I might leave him there, put him here to let him move up to there next turn. I take this slow. Might as well do what I do best, and again that is plan maneuvers. Actually, getting results is a different problem. I don't have the skill for that. But I'm not too bad at planning things out. It doesn't always work, but that's an experience more than anything else. Not looking at it, not really understanding all the possibilities, right? So I got two options. Either I move there, and then there next turn, which would give me access to that. The advantage, I can cover, if something moves into there, I can still hit it. Okay, so he has cover. That position now, another second situation is that there's a possibility that there's already somebody in there. If he moves there, will he be, no, he won't be able to see that one, and he won't be able to see that one. Because these trees will block line of sight behind them. Okay, so let's put him here. Yeah, let's put him here. He's not in contact, that's not good. Move the commander up. Okay, so next turn he'll move into that hex. He's got cover from this side. I gotta make sure I set his range long enough so that he can hit this hex here. What can he see? Let's clear those. Let me see that hex so he can provide support on that side. And he can do the same. Something attacks him from this side. Nothing can attack him from this side. Okay, so I think we're good. That works out. I'm happy with that. Is 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna put him here. He's still okay, but not. Yeah, okay. He's got line of sight to that side. And do those hexes there. He's on his own, not a good thing. It's never a good thing when a section is on his own like that. But I'm really out of units in this area, and I need strength to push forward here, so he's kind of a rear guard. Tail end Charlie. And well, now tail end Charlie ended up in bombers, and that's why it's not a good thing for him to be lying in that position. All right, so that's fine. We'll leave it like that. It's very slow. We'll just take it cautiously. I can't see. When I move up into this side, I may be able to see that hex. Now, unfortunately, nobody else can, so he's going to be lacking support. And that's a problem. Thing I didn't look at was, okay, you can't actually, well this is blocking line of sight here. Still don't know why he put smoke up here. I'm curious. And a little bit concerned, but nothing's crept out of that side of it yet. I don't know why that is. There's a reason why he's put smoke up there. It might just be to distract me. You never know. You never know. All right, so the. Now, actually, I'm going to change my mind here. I'm actually going to move him. I don't want to move him behind the platoon leader. I think I'm better off. See, the thing of it is, okay, this smoke is really not helping my case here at all. Simply because what I can see is restricting what I can see so very, very heavily. I can't even see what's in those trees from this position. So if something steps out to take that, then he's one hex back. I guess. This sucks. This really sucks. So the only thing I got to cover that one hex is him. But I want to move him, so fucking hell. That's annoying. That is so annoying. Well, that's what happens when you lose too many units, right? That's what happens. Your ability, your tactical flexibility just kind of dwindles with each unit you lose. That's one of the reasons why I don't like taking losses. It's a huge negative for me. I don't have enough skill to be able to get by with less units. I can't make up the difference. So in this particular battle, I've taken a lot of losses, and I'm feeling it. It is definitely causing me issues. Yeah, the thing is that's the only one who can actually. Well, he can watch that X, so that's not an issue. But there's nobody else who can watch these ones. I move him there. There's enough smoke in the way that he cannot do anything else. And this guy cannot see anything this side unless he moves over, and I don't have any LMGs left in this area because those random number generator battles. This is one of them right here. His LMG failed very, very early on in the battle. I've had three MG34 failures in this battle. 3. Total of 3. Amazing. It's a huge risk because if I pull him the way as I plan to, then there's nothing here. So I think I'm stuck with it. I think I'm gonna have to leave him there. And see how it plays out. Until these guys can move up a little bit into these positions, I think I'm stuck here. That means he's probably going to get hit with artillery fire again. Wow. Losses are really hurting me here. Now, I have a full platoon here. What can I do with him? I don't know. I actually don't know what I can do with him because I've now lost sight of what's up here. So the only thing, one possibility is to move these scouts. possibilities to move these scouts this way. Okay, but I think I'm gonna have a little bit of fun shooting things first, if I figure that out. Because we have a cavalry unit here that is a pain in the ass. Let's see. Which of these? They have 2 rounds. The chance of hitting 32%. From what I can tell, he's the only one who can see that. So for him, it's something he can't see on top of there anyway. Well, if there was something else moving around there, we'd actually spot it fairly quickly. I think they're quite an easy unit to spot. Cavalry units are size 2, so they don't exactly hide well, even when they're moving slowly. Yeah, so let's see if we can get a few hits in with some mortars. And we'll turn all these weapons off because he's not doing anything anymore. Went up. This time I should hit him again with mortars. I don't know. You know what? It is worthwhile. 3 shots. Let's see if we can get him to retreat. Because actually, there's an advantage to that because he'll be moving. He becomes easier to hit. I've got a lot of things that can hit him. Let's have a look at, see what these guys can actually do here. 31%, not bad. 29%. You can see 2 enemies. I'm not sure where that is. One over there. He's got 7 rounds. And we'll use the CMG for the rest of it. Not as effective, 41% though. That's not bad. Nope. No, we're just not able to break him. Let's see if one more mortar round will do it. Nope. He actually made a retreat now anyway. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Alright. We'll reset mapping to reset his range. Okay, he has 5 rounds of HE. Fuck. I haven't used a single round of armor piercing in this game. I think they can still fire a armor piercing at them, but it's probably not, obviously not as effective. And in theory, in real life, they couldn't do that. I mean, that would just, it would cause, I mean, the best they could do is hit the ground and then maybe cause some suppression that way, but it certainly wouldn't be anywhere near as effective as HE against infantry. So, against buildings perhaps, because you could actually, that the shell might explode when, when it hit the building. But then against the ground, you might just end up with a dud shell, really. But anyway, we'll just see how this works out. Didn't go up. I'm gonna make sure I leave enough. Yeah, he has movement. I think he can get one more shot in. Okay, let's use the CMG. And unfortunately, this chance of hitting is for the main gun, it's not for the CMG, so I have much less chance of that. I think I probably... he's probably gonna retreat. I think I've put a sufficient suppression on him by now. And also all we can do is take one of them on at a time. If they go for a full cavalry charge, I'm basically fucked. I can't hold them back. Anyway, so these guys here in the south. They get a shot at 21%. Doesn't appear to be anybody else around. Actually, the line of sight is pretty restricted there. No, he still has him as a target, so it's just too far away. That's the problem. Actually, it went up. That's surprising. No, I killed him. The target's been lost. Okay, so we've eliminated that. Now, possibility is if he moves forward. What are the risks here? That's really hard to calculate because the reason he has very restricted line of sight due to the smoke. Not so much over here, so if he moves back into the gully, which is still the best cover in the area, but probably gonna get hit with mortar fire. So actually what I might do is move him... If I move him back, that means... okay, what he could do is move this way and then into the gully, I think. Saying he could do that in one move, but he might not be able to get there in one turn though. Okay, he is pinned. He's only got a 7% chance of hitting because his suppression is quite high. Let's see if he'll rally. Since he's planning to go out in a blaze of glory, he might as well. Because this could be the last action he ever takes. I'm pretty sure there's something else around here. Yeah, it's just enough line of sight that he's probably in. Somebody has him in his sight. So. He should move though. I really shouldn't fire. Really shouldn't do that because if I fire, he won't be able to move into the he won't be able to make it. So. I'm gonna risk this. He's retreating. If he can't rally, then he's no worse off. If he rallies once, he'll be pinned. No, 17. Nope, he won't be pinned because 17 is around 8. So let's see. Okay, got enough movement points. He's gonna take a shot. As long as I have 1 point left, he can get. Actually, he's not even suffering combat friction, which is fucking incredible. Actually, really, neither of these guys are actually suffering from combat friction. So they actually have full movement. So taking the shot may still allow him to get into the gully. But the thing is, he's probably going to opportunity fire back, and that's not helpful. Okay, now he's suffering combat friction, and because of that, he's not able to get very far. Yeah. So yeah, that was the worst case scenario, and it happened. Now Now these guys will fire at him if he opens up. So I'm hoping I've done enough. Probably not. Probably not. There's no way I'm getting away with this. Yeah, let's do it anyway. Okay, well, I somehow managed to get away with that. I wish I could do the same thing for him. So the question is for him, do I rally him and try to move him back? He's pinned already, so if he moves out in the open, yeah, at this range is not very good. Chances of surviving are not very good. Now his line of sight is much more restricted there, so this guy's gonna have to move. If he wants to take him on, he's gonna have to move forward. Now that also means he can't really help anybody over here. So I save one unit. Don't think I can save him. No matter what I do with him, if I rally him and move him, he's gonna die. If I put him in the gully, he will probably opportunity fire because that's special off fire. I'm really amazed he didn't actually. Oh, but well, the reason he didn't was because he's out of line of sight, right? And unfortunately, no smoke available for these small units. Yeah, I can't do anything for him. See, the thing is, what's happened now? If his range is now long enough that even if his range was set low, it's now much longer. It's now actually 7 for sure because he fired at him, so that changed his range to 7. So no matter what this guy does, he's going to get an opportunity fire. He'll be in range, and I think special op fires don't even care about that. It's because it's a completely random thing. Okay, so I'm gonna move him back. That will actually put him out of range of of the of that one, but not maybe possibly anything else. Now you'll just come charging in this way, I think, and you'll run into these guys. Since we're moving that way, let's move this way with him as well. And he managed to survive that. I'm gonna rally him now, if I can. Yeah. Well, the only reason to survive that is because he moved onto the slope, which is better cover than being out in the mixed. So that came from over there. That's a pretty long range shot. 11 hexes that was. Can I save the scouts? I doubt it. The only way I could do that is by pulling them back this way through the gully. They are actually... They're actually in pretty good position when it comes right down to it. Because they're now considered entrenched because they're in cover. So... Well, actually, maybe they're not. Okay, no, this is probably just considered trenches, which is only very good. Entrenched is the best. The trench is the highest, the best cover you can have. I think these are just considered trenches, which is only very good. That's 2 steps down from entrenched. Which is kind of weird, isn't it? What else is new in this game? Trenches are not considered to be entrenched, but I guess that's because they're temporary. The trenches are not necessarily a permanent thing, although it'd be hard to convince anybody in World War I that trenches were only temporary things. So the question is, where are these guys? And the only way to find that out is with putting somebody up on top here and having a look. And I'm pretty sure there was one in there and one in there. Now, surprisingly, nobody's fired at me from this side this turn yet. So I'm wondering, there's probably 3 of them here. Well, no, there was 3. There's one there, and I destroyed one unit here, which is a rather bizarre way. It went from being ready to dispersed in like 3 shots, 3 bursts. Like how I've never seen that. Like it was ready after the first, was still ready after the first burst, which means the second burst was actually at an equal chance rather than being lower. And then he was pinned, and then on the third burst he was dispersed. So no, I didn't know that was possible. So how many's back here? I don't know. That's a difficult thing to say. So actually what I'm going to start doing is moving this guy this way. Now, can he see anything that way? No. So we may move this way here. No, we'll move him first. This is a bad idea because if something comes out through there, he'll be in the open, and then he's not going to have any. He's not going to have the benefit of being in that condition, right? So having cover on the slope. But we're going to do that anyway, just to move things around a bit. I'm going to leave him there, cover that side. I don't know what they're planning to do here. Will they attack across here? Doubtful. I'm expecting mortar or artillery fire to be hitting this area. I'm surprised he hasn't already hit it very hard yet. Alright, I think I'm done with everything. I can't read. I decided I'm gonna leave him there because I don't have any other way to cover. Otherwise, I don't have anything to watch over this side. Once these guys have moved in a little bit into these, maybe this one's moved into this hex here, then that will allow on him to move back. But then there's no way he's getting across here to help this guy, right? Yeah, like I say, this is the penalty of taking losses is for me. I mean, is that I don't have the skill to make up for the difference in not having the manpower available. So it's just not a good thing. That's one of the reasons I tend to play cautiously, but sometimes even that doesn't work. I do play more cautiously than I should. I do admit that, but that's just my style of play. My goal is to minimize losses. Because I feel that if I can achieve that, then and I understand how to do that consistently, then I think I can achieve other things. But because then I would have the manpower to do it, right? But right now I'm not consistent enough in being able to keep the force from taking significant losses, and the problem starts right from unit purchase, really. Like I purchased a very poorly balanced force here. The question is, do these guys move? What are the chances of them getting away with it? Probably not very high. Because that one's 3x's away, that one is 4x's away. Being able to move in front of the enemy like that is, when they're that close, is nearly impossible. Especially now that I've pushed his range up to 7. And I know his range is set at 11. And I can assume these guys have their ranges set high enough too. I don't know what's the best choice to do here. What is your best option? I mean, if they move, they're gonna take it. If they move and get hit, they die. If they stay here, they're probably gonna get discovered and then they die. So either way, is there another option? I can't see it. I can't see if there's a third option. I can't see it. So my two options are they die. Like they can either die now or they can die one turn from now, because when they get discovered, right? Either way, it's points lost. No win situation. No win situation, I guess, as far as I can tell. All roads lead to them dying, unfortunately. So, do I step forward here or not? I think no. I'll wait until I get these guys into a better position, because he's probably going to die when he does that. I'll just have to accept the loss. Another possibility is actually to move an infantry unit up, in which case then just decide whether I'm going to do more after that, because they'll be able to take the casualty in theory, but maybe. Well, they may take a lot of casualties, well, that's the problem, because if they're right here, it's 1 hex. They can cover, but I will not be. So, because I will have moved and I will be in mixed, which is actually the worst cover you can have most of the time. So another case of I don't know. Other options there, I'm not seeing it. I don't want to abandon this position, because this is the only thing that's preventing it from moving units across here and working this flank. Now he may have pulled them back. I can't know that for sure. He may have pulled them back out of my line of sight, and I'm moving them back up this way, because these victory X's are. You might want the back, and you might want some strength there. Or he might have pulled them back to the orchard because he wants to guard those. I don't know. I've lost sight of them, so that doesn't help. If they moved along the slope, they wouldn't have made it all the way back to there, because the slope would slow them down. The slope would slow them down enough they wouldn't have made it out of my line of sight. And so even if they moved 3 X's, assuming they had 9, that they could move 3 X's, that would definitely make them visible. but still in my line of sight here. So I'm guessing is they just stopped moving. They're sitting here. Now, how many of them there are is the question. Have these guys taken any casualties? No, they have not. That one has taken one. He's been a bit beaten up, but I've still been using him, which is not a good thing. Once they get down to like 5 men, it really is not a good thing to be using them. So now he moved. Now this guy will probably move forward. I don't know if he will get a shot. Let's see if he does. He moves out of the gully. He could move in the gully though, then in which case I won't be able to see him from there. And that will bring him back into range, and then he will get a shot at that one who's moved. Okay, so, but I think that's it. That's all I can do. Yeah, I think that's it. So, do I maybe put smoke down here? I do have some smoke ammo actually. I don't think I'm completely out yet. So actually turning these off is probably a bit premature. I have 8 smoke ammo there. Yeah, these guys need to move simply because we have to assume he still has some artillery fire, and if I stay in one place for too long, so I'm actually going to put him this way. And I'm waiting for the breakdown. I'll keep him on the slope. The problem is that's a -2. He may not get. That puts him lower down, and that's not helpful. Okay, let's put him up here. And we'll move him this way. It's a little bit obvious, but I'm an obvious player, I think. Can't avoid it. So the question was whether to put smoke down here. I don't know yet. The problem is I don't think I can call it in early enough. Yeah, he needs to move as well. Yeah, but where is the question. I'm actually thinking I might move him this way. Just to have a unit back here that can spot stuff. Because I have no idea where the rest of them are. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, eventually he's going to take it out, because it's not that difficult. Really, it isn't. This thing can outrun the horses, though. I think on mixed terrain like this. So I don't think they have the same kind of movement to be able to catch up to him. only see those two. Where the hell are the rest of them? Okay, that's increased it a bit. Okay, they seem to be moving along this side. Now, how far away are they? It's not difficult to estimate. I'm gonna have to count it if I would have get a better number. I'm gonna have to put them far enough away. He's probably gonna wonder why I'm doing that. Let's face it, there's no obvious reason for doing it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pretty sure they can reach him. It costs 2 points to move across here. They have the same movement rate as infantry. Well, movement cost is infantry because they're leg units, which is kind of odd. I mean, it's I guess it's all trying to balance it out in how much movement points they get, which is fairly high, but not as high as that. However, that's costing me a lot more to move through there, so not really getting as far. I thought. I'm not sure, but for mixed, it's probably higher than 2 for wheeled units. Yeah, so the one thing I like about this game is it's very old school. I mean, you got movement rate tables and things. It's very, very old school. Like none of the stuff is well, I'm not sure if it actually was all published. Actually, I think it is. I think it's in the manual. It is in the manual, so it was published. It was something that had to be dug out of the developers. Mixed 3. Yeah, so it's costing me slightly 1 point more than it would the cavalry to get there. So that one I said was 8 hexes, right? So that's going to cost them 16 points. They could be right on top of them right away. So, and you wouldn't be able to do a damn thing about it. I'm going to pull him a little bit further back. There's really not much I can do to keep him alive here. It's just keep him moving. Try and get him into a position where he can provide information for as long as possible. Now, I don't know where the other guys are. Some of them might have gone back around this side, right? So they could be actually closer to this side. That's a little bit of a safety margin. Not much, though. Not much. He has no cover there. They just need to move into 7x range, though, and then they can fire their rifles at it, which has a reasonable chance of destroying it, actually, considering it has no armor at all. Alright, we're gonna do that. I think it might get destroyed next turn, but so be it. The battle is off the rails for me anyway. So, I guess the next question is smoke. If I deploy smoke here, it won't last long, and I think it will only arrive. Let's turn that back on so I can call it up. Oh, for fuck's sakes, I can't even call smoke because he's got no... okay, so when he's out of HE, that's it, the entire tube goes away. Yeah, I forgot about that. So you really, it's not a good idea to fire all the HE. Yeah, well, he's already fired, so that's fine. Oh, okay. Right. No, it's. Pardon me. It's unable to fire smoke this unit. Unable to fire smoke this unit is already fired this turn. Yeah. Okay. So he's still available, and he has some smoke. I'm not sure. These guys have a little bit. These guys have quite a lot of smoke actually. Now, do I tie them up? Well, it doesn't matter because this happens in between turns, right? He doesn't have. He has some smoke. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna do that. Just to see how it works out. So all I can do is mess about right now. Maybe it'll save them. Maybe it won't. The bomb is it'll arrive quite late. It'll arrive quite late. Way too late for them to be saved. And so really, maybe it's not worth it. Because by that point they will have advanced enough to spot them. The ranges are set to 0, so now I may not be able to save them, but maybe these guys, because this unit can get close. If it moves along the gully. Yeah, it moves along the gully up to this point. Yeah, okay. Then you would actually be able to hit it. So I'm thinking more smoke on this side. Now, chances are you won't actually move along the gully because that's going to cost him a lot of movement points. So you may just move out along here. But there's still this one that he might shoot at first. Yeah, so maybe a little bit of smoke here. I think that is probably something I'll try because I'm really not seeing a lot of options here. It's looking now like there's a small possibility of saving these guys, maybe pulling them back to that side, or pulling them off to the side and keep. I'd prefer to keep them in the gully because, like I say, that is the best. That's the best cover here. Absolutely the best cover here. So, I mean, this is it's by far. Well, I wouldn't say it's far better. I mean, it's one step better than slopes. We have on here we have rough terrain, which actually is better than the gully. But the chance of getting them over there is slim. Yeah. Okay, so for now I'll just try and get them back in, give them some cover of smoke concealment, and then see if they can get back in the trench. He's kind of stuck over here though. I don't foresee any possibility of moving him that way. Yeah, so maybe smoke there and there, then we'll see how that works out next turn. Because I got 2 tubes that can fire smoke. Yeah, okay, so let's see. Yeah, because I don't. By the time the smoke arrives, they will have moved forward, and then they will have been spotted, and they'll be dead already, I think. So this one has 20. We'll put half that one there. And we'll put some smoke here. Really depends on where he moves. That's something that's going to be difficult to predict. If he moves that way, then the smoke will not help in this area. Unless I move it further back. I think that's the best I can do. Yeah. It took about 3 clicks to get that one. Okay, so artillery's been called in, smoke over here. Let's see if we can say what's saved the rest of this platoon. I don't know, I can't see any ways to save some of these other guys. I think these guys are dead, no matter what. Facing an entire I've turned their weapons on, so they may get some shots off. But that will hasten the demise, but at least they will be able to maybe take some guys with them. Probably not. Thing is, as soon as you start opportunity firing, your position becomes much more clear to the enemy, so their chances of hitting you actually goes up. And now, once you start getting very suppressed, then your chances of being hit actually goes down again. But by that time, it's too late for a 2-man scout, right? So chances are that's not going to work out. Not much is working out for me in this battle, but that's how it goes. On to the next one. On to the next one. On to the next one. Okay, so I have I still have mortars here. Are they out of contact? Kidding me. Okay, the range is too great. So I'm not sure where the enemy is, that's the problem. He's pinned. Things are moving. Okay, what I might do, because I don't know where to deploy here. If I'd fired the mortars at this unit that was in this position, I probably would have. There's a chance I would have hit it. However, there's a chance he would have moved already, so that's why I didn't do that. This one is firing blind. I don't know if they're still in these positions. That is a problem. Those are probably set or still set, I think. Oops. This one. So we might hit that one again. Call them in immediately. That would keep them suppressed for the turn. Well, like the only reason I would do this is to try and allow them to get up onto the hill. And then keep these guys suppressed, right? Assuming they're still in those positions. It's really difficult to tell. Because they've taken the moving cautiously, they're still moving, and that is not helping. That is not helping me spot them at all. And there's enough smoke in there. So combinations of things. I'm not sure that we can hit that. No, that's out of range. Yeah. So my best options are actually to drop mortars here again, just to keep, assuming there's units here, and to keep them suppressed. If they've moved back, the next turn will be my last chance to find that out, because these guys are going to be dead. Let's see how much ammo we have here. I think they have. There's 3 salvos. We have. Yeah, I think this will be useful. We're getting near the end of the battle anyway, I think. So let's put that there. Put that there. Put that there. Now I might save. If I can figure out where the enemy is here, I may use them over here in turn 14. Because that will still arrive that will arrive in turn 15. Which is adequate for the last turn, so I can arrive at the end of my after the enemy's turn 15. So I get one more. Since I get one more bite of the cherry in turn 15, maybe I'm able to do something. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'm not. We'll see. I don't think so. I'm just running out of time, and units, mostly running out of units. Yeah, let's do that. Drop the artillery there. I think that does it. So let's just check ranges and actually other things. So these the what's name has the armored cars not made another appearance. Can't know where it is now. Really not in a good position here. I just don't have any. Scouting has been absolutely horrible. I think I'll keep these guys here. Actually, I should move them into cover rather than keep them in the open like that. So just in case, I'm going to move him this way. So in line of sight of something. That guy, he's pretty suppressed, but still. Okay, I don't really want to give a position away unnecessarily. Well, we'll just move him there for now. Alright. Chances are he hasn't seen them, so, but if I move 2 X's, there's a small chance he might, even though he's quite suppressed, so his ability to spot things. But the game is weird. The game just doesn't, you can't guarantee anything in it. Sometimes it feels just a little bit too realistic. Because you just can't be sure that how it's going to end up, right? You think, well, no, he's not going to be able to see me because he's taking a lot of suppression. But of course, I don't know what his suppression is. He's out in the open in mixed terrain, so one would think his suppression would be high enough to cause him to retreat at the end of this turn. Better if he's routed, because he'll run at maximum. He'll run at maximum movement point, which will put him somewhere over here. Or maximum remaining movement points, I should say, so I don't know how much he used up. Should put him somewhere over here, which could prove very interesting. He can't see anything from that one. Do I want to move him into a better position? No. We'll leave it like that. The only better position for him would be over here. And he can't get there in time, really. It's not much. There's not enough turns left. Now I'm not going to fire. There's nothing for him to fire at this turn, so it actually is possibly useful for him to move. So he moves there. He should still have the same line of sight, I think. As long as he stays on the slope, he will actually have the same line of sight. To this side, which is what I want to make sure we cover. So I'm going to move him this way, right? Because if I can get him onto this position in turn 14, then at least I have an extra unit that can shoot at the cavalry when they show up. Now let's confirm that though, because sometimes line of sight is... Okay, see now because suddenly this is in shadow here, don't know why. Not sure why that is. Actually, let's put him here. See, so even on height 1, at some point, even on a slope, height 5 slope, the height 1 at some point blocks your line of sight. But it's not blocking line of sight all the way across to here, which is sufficient for now. And I don't really want to put him... I don't think he's got any movement points left. He probably could move up here. Yes, he could move up here. Then he'd be moving really quickly, so chances are he was spotted. He would have moved 3 X's. This is pretty bad enough already. Okay, so I think that's good enough for him. Don't want to change that position. It's on a slope. Should be okay. Can you see? Not much. You cover those X's, which is sufficient. If he moves forward, he might be able to cover these ones. He might lose sight of that. What I'd like to do is get line of sight into this side, which may be possible. Let's see. Let's put him here. Okay, that's not bad. What actually can he hit here? Nope. It's not bad, but it's not great either. Smoke. He covered that hex, but not that one. It's not bad. It's not bad. It does help a little bit. So that hex is now covered a little better. But I have nothing there. So if something moves up in that direction, he's the only guy who can take it on. But at least there's some more support for him if something moves into that hex to try and take it back. Hopefully, maybe, perhaps. Alright, that's a little better. See, there's always something you can do, right? It's not... you just have to hunt for it. Like, there's a little thing, maybe you can move this guy over here, maybe you can do that. And the thing of it is, if I try to just say, oh, well, forget it, I don't know what I can do, then... This is why I always go looking around for things to try. It's like, I may say, well, I can't, there's nothing I can do, but you never know. I mean, it might be something that can help just by moving a unit over here, 1 hex. just a tiny little bit may change things. You just don't know, right? And that's why I enjoy these types of games, because there's that kind of subtle things you can get, you can change the outcome, but you won't know if it made any difference until, you know, later. Maybe it won't. Maybe nothing will happen and it doesn't matter. You know. Okay, so I think we got. I think that is it. I really do think that is it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. Let's check ranges. I think I've gone really long here, unnecessarily, as usual, but who cares? Really, it doesn't matter. The thing is, both YouTube and Twitch have the capacity to remember where you, like if you watch it on the website, or even probably in one of the apps, I think, it'll remember where you watched to. Like if you watch like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, it'll remember you watched it 15 minutes, and when you come back and start it again, it'll continue from that position. So really, there's no reason for me to actually cut these down to actually, and you can fast forward too, as in both cases. So really, there's no reasons for me to spend any extra effort in making these a bit more viewer friendly, because the people who would watch it are not typical Twitch and YouTube viewers anyway. You know, that short attention span audience is not the kind of people who would be watching this. It's not the kind of game where you it doesn't appeal to that audience at all. So I'm hoping that some hardcore war gamers will see this, and that's all that matters to me. I don't really care about the mainstream. Okay, so these guys in the ranges are good. Because he can fire all after there, I think. Yeah, we can get all after there. So we want to have it as long as reasonable. Put the smoke back. 4 hexes. I don't actually want him firing unnecessarily. Although that will result in him being in a precarious position. What does 4x's actually give us? Yeah, you can hit that. And on this side... Actually, you can't see much on this side, so it's only for that side that it matters. So I'll leave it at 4. He's not able to cover that side anymore, which is unfortunate. But it also means he can't be hit from over there. Now that was in line of sight of the enemy, so the fact it's moved, you probably will notice that it's moved, and that will be a giveaway of something. 4x's, we'll leave those. We'll leave that one. I cannot. I have to always remind myself I cannot expect to fool my opponent. I mean, in the play-by-mails you've played so far, I've only surprised him exactly once. We actually said that to me. You caught me there. So I just don't have the experience to be able to pull the wool over his eyes that often. Now range here is important. Okay, range 9 is fine. That's 9, I think. Yeah, so we'll leave it at 9. We'll find out next turn whether actually not having any HE actually has an effect on whether you can fire smoke or not. I have a vague feeling I've run into that before, and I think it does, but we'll find out if my vague memory is actually valid or just one fake memory. Range 0. We just reset that to 0, and range 7. He only has rifles now, so we're out of range for that. So that cavalry has to move forward. If he moves forward this way, we don't get a shot at him. So I may want to set, because that's range 8. If he moves this way, it's still range 8, I think. Yeah, that's range 8. So let's bump it up to 8. Oh, do I want to do that? No, I'm not going to do that. He's too weak a unit to be providing covering fire for somebody else. yeah. Let's reduce it down to 3, and then, because really he's not. I mean, if he starts firing with his rifles, he just becomes another good target, right? And with only 5 men in it, there's a small chance I might be able to save him now. So like a tiniest chance that we might be able to pull him back enough to get him into a position where we could be saved a bit. So we might as well work on that. It's something to do. It's a goal. I should always have goals. Next, 5 hexes. He moved back. I think I'm going to reset his to 3 as well. They should be at 0. Do I want to enable the formation leader's rifles? Yeah, let's do it. I'll leave their range at 0. This is like, well, we've been left here to we've been left here to cover this area as the our friendly units retreat. It's up to us to try and hold them back. Let's do our best. Are you nuts? Yeah. Well, yeah. Those are the orders. We gotta follow them. Suppression 8. I'm trying to think if I should try rallying. He could rally, you know. He's got a range set to 4 still. 1, 2, 3, 4. If he moves forward in the gully, I can't hit him. And there's no reason for him not to do that, so... But he'd have to move very close by in order to get that line of sight, because there's no position where he can hit me from the gully. Except from over here. So, and that's range 4. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. Since he's in cover again, I'm going to actually rally him now. He rallied, so okay, great. And he starts out the next turn in good shape. How long that will last? This guy's dead. I'm not even going to bother rallying, doing anything with him. He's pinned, so that's gonna help a little bit. It's be a little bit harder to hit him, but he's got no cover, so he's done. He's done like dinner. Don't really think I need to have the ranges set to 20 anymore, but we'll leave it. Oops, I just looped around. Alright, let's end a turn.